I've chosen two dances that are a little bit earlier repertoire than you might normally hear from our ensemble, but I just thought that the other musicians have done a really good job of doing a cross-section of Baroque dances, so it was an opportunity to try some earlier dances too. Both of the dances I've chosen have their roots in Italian folk music, but the first one is quite significantly older. So it's a saltarello, which comes from the Italian word saltare, which means to jump. I'm not an Italian speaker, as you can hear. And this is actually from the British Library have a really wonderful manuscript of these saltarellos. Now, this is a nice picture of some people dancing the saltarello here, but this is the really wonderful thing from the British Library. This is the music that I'm about to play you. You can see that it's quite different to modern notation, but you might spot some of the jumps in the music you'll be able to hear. This is from somewhere between the end of the 14th century and the beginning of the 15th century, and I'm going to use a slightly earlier and therefore more simple style of recorder to play it on. The second form of dance that I've chosen for today is also from Italy. This time it's a tarantella. Now, I'm really fascinated with this whole area of history and of music because these sorts of dances were used for medicinal purposes. So if you were bitten by a spider in rural Italy during the 16th and 17th century, rather than offer you sort of any medicinal cure, relief, doctor, anything like that, instead, the local musicians would band together and they'd have to come up with the correct tune that would make the patient leap up and start sort of frantically dancing and then sweat out the spider's poison. And this is the only way to cure the tarantula's bite. The thing I really like about these tunes is that where I found the notation is not from composers or musicians, it's from early modern men of science, and this one actually comes from a medical treatise from the late 16th century, but it is still played in Italy today. So maybe you can have a go at wildly dancing until you sweat out a spider's poison.